Hey there, look at that there. It is the SideQuest Live, your weekly journey into the wonderful world of video games. Looks like it's just going to be myself and JJ on this week's episode, but that's okay. We have to top last week's bizarre. I got fly in here. It's fruit fly season. Last week's bizarrely big episode, which had the most views of any of our podcast apps. So it's up to you and I, JJ.
Oh no, I'm here now. Which means record lows.
Record lows. Well, we are going to talk about some really cool stuff today. We have fantastic Baldur's Gate drama. We have the PS5 Slim, and we have a couple of game announcements which are kind of amazing. One is fantastic that I'm excited about. The other one is terrifying. So we'll get to that and more into the wonderful world of video games. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start first by saying, hey, JJ, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself, Dally?
I'm doing good. I had my, I don't know if you guys have it for work, but we have to go take our yearly health wellness screening thing.
Oh yeah, I just had my physical. I had my physical like 2 days ago or whatever. So
they give us we get points towards our insurance if we get this.
Oh, is it Virgin Pulse?
It's not that one, no,
okay.
But it's similar. Yeah. But I'm not gonna dox myself. No, but yeah, it's so I went today and the dude was like, like my blood pressure is awesome. Okay, this is just like crazy information as usual, but old man stuff. But like my blood pressure just fucking kicks ass. 120 over like 70 or 72 or something. The guy's like, they're like, they have really good blood pressure. I'm like, thank you very much, thank you.
I take a lot of medicine to make sure my blood pressure is even like not even remotely close to that.
I was it's a good number. But then he gets to my weight and he's like, yeah, looks like you're up a few pounds over last year. I'm like, I wanted to say you shut the fuck up, my man. But
don't you know who I am?
Don't you know who I am? No, I said no. I'm like, yeah, listen, bruh. Can I call you bruh? I have been in a very stressful year with a lot of travel, a lot of late night projects. And that was not an excuse. I'm like, just telling you how it is, dude. That's why I've gained my weight. He's like, no worries.
Our health program is just an app that we have to get points off of our insurance.
We have to do stuff through the app too. But we have to get the health screening portion of it.
Like I like it because I just got a $20 Amazon gift card through.
What?
Yeah, because the points, like when you get to,
I don't even try. Yeah, I haven't even tried this. I'm loading it up right now.
Yeah, for the one that we have, like after like you get a $10 gift card when you reach this many points. You get a $20 gift card of your choosing. You can choose Amazon or GameStop or whatever. And then when you get to like the third tiers, when you save your money on insurance, and then you get like a $30 gift card if you reach the next tier after that.
We do not have anything like that. Like ours is just literally points off of, we just get literally like $20 or whatever off of our health insurance, which I guess that's always good.
Ours is $150 reimbursement off of your health insurance.
That's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we get the points. Yeah. So it's like that plus you have to do like surveys. And you have to do
it's the same thing. It's like surveys and like read these cue cards and tell them how many hours of sleep I got last night, and it syncs to my Apple Watch, and
that's mine as well. So mine as well. I always. It knows because I set my watch on the charger, and that's basically what it says with but anyways, so health stuff.
If only I could link Pokemon Sleep to it, then we'd be set.
We will get to that because that's gonna be one of the things that I'm going to talk about. But there is some fun stuff to talk about. I'm going to start off with the best stuff, which is drama. We freaking love gaming drama. Beeves, where is Gaming Beeves, our good friend out of Seattle? He's still living in Seattle, I think. Gamer Beef. But Was it Game Journos or Fuck Twits? Is that what he would go by? I think.
No, that was Ben Padden.
Yeah, Ben.
Ben Padden.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He was always awesome for knocking some of those up. Anyways, let's get into some. Where's that? Where's the link? It is here. You go. I found it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yelling is not journalism.
Yeah.
So this is a response for those of you that don't know. IGN, Dustin Leger did a video about Baldur's Gate 3. It's causing some developers to panic. And so we've had some good discussions. Let me share this tab instead. Here we go. We've had some good discussions about
I'm Spot. The gaming
audio here. Did the audio come through?
Yeah, it came through.
Oh, badass. No, I'm not going to have the audio going through. But talking about it's not sustainable, or there's just a bunch of other.
It's a lot.
It's so weird.
It's a lot because it's one of those things where you can easily pick and choose out of IGN's video that they put up the hill that you're willing to die on for it. It's very easy to just pick it up as saying that like DLC is bad, which it is.
Right,
like I think we could all, or you could pick it up as microtransactions or dev cycles or how big companies just create games or whatever. And it's like one of those things. Like this is the tweet that started everything, right? That's on the screen right now.
Big time beefers. This is the tweet. I'm gonna pause it right now so you can see it.
It's
Javier Nelson.
And like it's also super weird because like there was a lot of like people talking about raising standards, and just like with everything on the internet, like you kind of take the wrong message from it, and then like other developers were tweeting about like how this can't raise the standard, it's unsustainable, and blah 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 blah. And it's just like it's true, like okay, it is sustainable, just like at the end. And IGN ended up doing a video where they were just kind of this tweet's in there obviously, and they were just kind of made a decent enough point to where even Moist Critical did a video, and this is their video right here. And they definitely make some missteps in their own video. But at the end of the day, the video really was just saying like, it's not unreasonable to have this become something that the fans do expect, and gamers do expect, sort of like, this is a game that they never mentioned the fact that it was in early access for several years, but at the end of the day, that is just part of their budget, since they were paying for the rights for Baldur's Gate. Like they are not a big studio. They didn't have big funding, so they used a lot of the early access stuff. So this is a studio that had a large development time for Baldur's Gate 3 with a relatively large budget, thanks to early access, while also getting feedback at the same time. And it came out polished, and it's not a huge studio, but it's also like it's still a big development team. I think it was 400 plus people.
Granted, a lot of that is not at Larian too, right?
At Larian, but that's the same with every
big AAA game.
It doesn't matter who it is. So it's a AAA game that's not really a AAA game. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't know what the definition for AAA is. Always a little like
it's quadruple I. It's just wild to me. I'm circling back on this video, which really comes off as sort of clickbaity in a way that
the headline doesn't help, because
the headline doesn't help, and they focused on one tweet. Like, here's one tweet, so we're going to give an opinion on this one tweet. Now, again, I don't care what side people are on this thing, because you could You can hear people out, blah, 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 blah.
I also do want to say that yelling can absolutely be journalism.
Yelling can absolutely be journalism. We do it all the time.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. Sometimes being mad is important.
Yeah. How do you think how do you think we get views? No, I think from my standpoint, what was brought up well in that other link from the yelling journalism is that the insert credit link is that, when you do something like this, it's very easy to start off with a tweet or a series of tweets, like he's saying, and then just build a narrative around that. But what they should have done is done their research. Like, hey, what do a variety of devs think about this? Because it does kind of come off as a little sensational in some respects, right? So, it's beef, which is good because we really haven't had beef in a minute. So I'm always for it, and it made for some real good reading over the weekend to see people just bouncing back and forth. And there's some point where I'm like, I feel for the devs, and I feel for gamers, and I feel for everybody caught in between. Because
I think the worst
every game should be polished. Every game should be polished.
And I think that's
no matter what.
I think that's sort of where, like, and particularly the IGN videos sort of falls into, where it's like you don't really have an excuse anymore as to how your game can sort of come out like Jedi Survivor came out. Like, if you remember when that game launched, that game was an absolute mess of performance and everything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was, and that was one of the games they brought up in this, and some of the other, like, the Last of Us port and everything. Like,
sure.
There's just some like this company, Larian, had like effectively the same budget and development time and everything as Jedi Survivor, or even Overwatch 2. And
sure, yeah.
And it didn't. And that was also the other part was there were other tweets going around, and they did a bad part in showing that stuff. But there were like a lot of people's sort of knee-jerk reaction towards the concept of this becoming like a higher standard was like, don't expect it to be a higher standard, which is like a weird thing to just like have to feel like you need to pipe up on, especially from like the PR side of things. Like, whoa, this is a unique. It's like, just like, you could just say, congratulations to the team for their
that's it. Congratulations to the team. You kids did an awesome job. We look forward to playing this.
Going into defending a major studio's like ability to pump something out before it's done, and like that's just the business of it now, and it sucks. But
and that's what I was gonna say. The business of it right now is no matter how talented dev studios are, you have overlords, and if they function like overlords, and they you have people that they're accountable to, which is like, I don't care I don't care how you could put a patch out later, just get the game out by this date. It's like, well, fuck, I mean, it doesn't matter how great a game is, you're sometimes beholden to those folks up top. And that's why I think I don't want to be sympathetic to anybody in this, but I feel for the devs, because a lot of times they're caught in the crossfire of the marketing and the PR and the money folks who are saying, no, I don't care what state this game is in, Gotham Knights. Put this Last of Us PC. You got to hit that release date of the TV series. Put this game out. We could fix it later. We got to capitalize. And it's like, and so you get folks crunching, and then you're skipping steps along the way because there is no oversight. The only oversight is just all timing related. And so I think for me, the what was great about Baldur's Gate 3 and what Larian does, I think if any expectation should be not necessarily game quality, but should be management of a team and allowing the team to actually get shit done the way that they want to and plan to get stuff done, instead of having a extremely corporate focused development cycle, which blows chunks.
I can't wait. Can we talk about, like, let's move on, because there's something I want to talk about.
I'm ready.
That's vaguely related to this, and it's not going to be much of a talk, but I'm going to be very interested to see what Assassin's Creed Mirage launches as. What state yeah, they announced today
Yeah.
that Assassin's Creed Mirage has gone gold and will be releasing 2 weeks earlier than expected.
There
Is that what it
is.
was? It was 2
Yeah.
weeks?
No, 1 week.
1 week.
earlier.
1 week earlier than
Still, yeah.
expected. Oh boy. I don't know about that. Like, Assassin's Creeds have historically needed as much time in the oven as possible. And for an Assassin's Creed game that we have seen very, very, very little of, I don't know how I feel about this coming out. I can't wait to see the state that it launches in. I will be thrilled if it launches in like a decent state. Like, I try to think of like what was the last really well launched Assassin's Creed. I guess Origins, that one launched okay, right?
Yeah, Origin launched okay. Yeah. Well, Valhalla I thought launched. Didn't that launch okay? Valhalla?
I don't remember. I feel like it wasn't. I feel like there was issues with because it was one of those weird like bouncing between systems kind of thing. So I think like the next gen versions and the previous gen versions, like there were some issues with that. But
so here's the releases that Assassin's Creed Mirage is launching on the 5th now, which is the same date as The Sisters 2 Road to Fame. And that's basically it. There is nothing else launching. And Disgaea 7 is on the 3rd. So
I wonder why they didn't want to launch the next week.
Well, the next week is River City Rival Showdown, Lords of the Fallen, and the Grinch Christmas Adventures. So wasn't anything that direct next week. However,
the Lords of the Fallen titling is so funny still.
Yeah. I keep thinking it's next Castlevania game or whatever.
Lords of Shadow? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow. But really the big, I think they are trying to distance themselves as much as possible from Alan Wake 2 is the 17th. You got Hot Wheels on the 19th, Spider-Man 2 on the 20th, Skylines 2. You got, they don't even have those are just the PlayStation release dates. Oh shit. Yeah. You got oh my god, I just realized I was just only looking at the PlayStation stuff. You have Detective Pikachu is on the 6th. Good luck on that, man. You're not going to search,
the very next day is Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, Mario Wonder is on the 20th. So I think part of it was, let's get separated enough from
Assassin's Creed. It's like, I hope
Forza is on the 10th as well. So maybe they wanted to avoid the Forza game because they would have launched like 2 days after Forza could have been a big
Boy, and you're going to get the day all to yourself, so you're going to dominate headlines.
Yeah,
and you better hope that you're dominating headlines for the right reasons. They've been selling it as a return to form for Assassin's Creed, which is unclear what that means really. Because return to form to me would be like, is it just Assassin's Creed 2? Because that was the last one that I truly like engrossed myself in. I don't know. I like the setting. I think
the setting's cool. I do like that it's there's not DLC planned for it. They're just like, you know what, we're putting this sucker out just like they did Assassin's Creed. What was the one that was sort of the spin-off to Black Flag? Rogue, yeah.
They had all of this. Yeah, you had Rogue, which was the spin-off, and then you had that remember there was the Assassin's Creed 3 had like the PSP spin-off,
version.
The Liberation.
And I like those. They're just like, here's the one game. Although Rogue was a spin-off, but it was a fully realized game, which I think
with an emphasis emphasis on the ship system.
Yes,
more over anything, and which
is the Skull and Bones. The better version of Skull and Bones, and it's already 10 years old.
That's
trying to avoid.
Yeah, that one's on the Switch, and it's pretty good on the Switch.
That one is. Good. So speaking of game launches, here's one that I thought was something that you would absolutely love. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
South Park Snow Day coming from THQ Nordic, not Ubisoft.
Yeah.
A purposefully low quality version looking ass game.
I don't know what this is supposed
It's
to
a
be.
multiplayer snowball throwing game, which is basically
like this would be fun if it was like a South Park battle royale game set on a snow
that
day.
could be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool, but this just seems like
it's just co-op.
Weird,
it's co-op.
A weird like CTF game or something.
It
like
looks like shit. Say it. It just looks like crap. Like
it
visuals look horrible.
Bad. It's clearly design your own character bullshit. And like coming off of the fucking Obsidian games. Like I don't know. Like 2024 as well. Like this looks like this was on Newgrounds like 10 years ago. I don't even know who Question is. Are they anybody?
Never heard of them. That's who I'm questioning. Yeah. But I mean, it's coming to everything, even Switch. So whatever, South Park. But in the same showcase, they did announce another game, which I'm actually really excited about, and that is The Last Ronin. I cannot wait to see how they fuck this one up.
Yeah.
But,
like Nickelodeon and IDW have already sort of lost the plot with The Last Ronin stuff because that Last Ronin book is really good.
Amazing.
I'm reading
it now. I'm reading
really
it now.
Good.
Yeah.
But now they've gone and they've done like they're doing like there's a sequel that's coming. They've done some spin-offs. They've got like The Lost Years and others. So like and now they're doing like a crossover with the main books soon and stuff. And it's just like they've already lost complete control of this. Like what made The Last Ronin cool was that it was Eastman and Laird ending the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, legit.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. So I don't know what this game's gonna be. I will tell you right here and right now that studio is not. It's Black Forest Games making this one, and they are not the studio you want making a video game for you. And they did the Bubsy game that like.
Did they really?
That revival, Bubsy revival. It's just like. This is not the right. Once I saw that, I was like, "Oh no!"
They are. Let's see. I'm loading up. Oh, they did the Destroy All Humans remake thing.
Remakes.
All right, so there you go. Destroy All Humans 1 and 2.
There was something else in there.
Silence.
There was something else in there. They did Titan Quest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and they did the Gianna Sisters.
Rogue Stormers. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm not.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know my confidence level in that. We heard that there was a Last Ronin game being made.
Yeah. They announced it. You know, Nickelodeon was like, they're working on a Last Ronin game. It didn't say who it was, and I was like, it's gonna be THQ. I know it.
It is. But will it make it out before this? The PS5 Slim, baby.
Oh boy.
Supposedly, so we've been hearing about this supposed PS5 Slim for a while with a detachable disk drive, yada yada yada. Yeah. Well, this is now apparently it's starting to leak. Here is I'm gonna play this video here.
When they say detachable disk drive, do they mean the CD drive or the hard disk? Like, are they talking?
It's hard to tell with this thing. I guess the CD drive is what it's supposed to be.
Doesn't look like it comes off, but it kind
unless
of
that whole big
does.
Fat chunk.
Yeah,
unless this whole
thing comes off and you can replace it with like a non-disc. Like, do I have to buy it? Is it like a car where you get like the rank top is the entry level model? If you want a hard top, you gotta get.
I'm wondering if this split that they have on both sides is basically saying
it's hiding the seam that pops off.
That pops it off. Yeah, you could take this. Now, granted, I think it's a good idea. Whatever, have a detachable disk drive. If you look at it
here, you can see the. Sort of separation of the base from there.
Yeah,
so I'm starting
to think
here.
That.
I don't know why you would want that. But
well, the problem is going to be inconsistent attachment. Because if the dude at home or if a kid at home wants if they're going to buy the new PS5 Slim and they're going to buy that disc drive separately, which is likely going to happen down the line. And they buy that disc drive and they go to attach it, then you're fucked because not every person is going to stick that disc drive on there the same way. I have fucking trouble putting the PS5 upright correctly on the dumb little stands they give you with it. That's shaky as all hell, let alone something like this. I have zero confidence in Sony.
Are they going to
glossy as fuck? Too.
Yeah, they have to balance it so to be disc drived and not
disc drive. Yeah.
And also, I guess you know what?
It looks okay. It just
it would be cool to I going over to somebody's house, like, oh, I have that game on disc though. It's like I'll just bring my drive over and slap it on your PlayStation.
Now, will it work that easily? I doubt it.
I doubt it. I would. I don't want more things to go wrong, and this is just another thing to go wrong.
That's exactly. It is another thing to go wrong. Yeah. They don't need to do this because they can just use the same current case. No one has an issue. The PS5 is selling like hotcakes.
That Spider-Man one just
dude,
fucking went crazy.
Yeah, how are they going? You bring out the Spider-Man one, and then you're bringing this one out this year as well. I mean, you wouldn't do both of them at the same time, would you?
I mean, you would because Xbox did it and Sony did it. Because remember, Sony brought out the Slim, and they were still selling face plates that you could buy for the PS4, and the 360 had those interchangeable face plates, and they swapped those out when they redesigned it and everything, and you couldn't use them anymore. Consoles don't care. They know that
don't care.
These manufacturers just don't give a shit.
Remember those 360 faceplates? Those were badass, man.
Those were so cool. I had the wood grain one.
Yeah, the wood grain one, dude.
I won from Sony a Batman Wayne Tech skin for faceplate for my PS4. It was really cool. It was really cool. Nice. I didn't know I won. It just came in the mail. It's like you entered our contest, so here's an exclusive. It was for whatever the Telltale game was.
Cool. There you go. PS5 Slim. Again, I don't think they need to do it because they're selling tons of PS5s already. But yeah.
I would like a smaller PlayStation 5, but I am not upgrading.
I don't
at this stage. Nope. As much as I would like a smaller one, I don't have a smaller one, and I can wait for the third revision where
the eventual third revision, the smallest one, which will come out it'll come out after the PS5 Pro comes out. Which will be probably 2 years from now. You'll get the PS5 Pro. Then you'll get around that same time you'll get the Slim.
Yeah. What comes first? A Switch Pro or a PS5 Slim?
I think we get the PS5 Slim first. We talked about it was it last week? We talked about it with the
not me, but yeah.
Oh, you weren't on it. That's why the episode had so many views. I think it's because of I use the hashtag Switch 2, Switch Pro. But that whole rumor of that coming out 2024. I do believe this isn't I feel like if this comes out this year, it's not the only piece of hardware that we'll see this year. I still think Xbox needs something to kickstart their hardware. Yeah, they have the black Series S. Yeah. Cool. That's great.
I don't know what else they have to do.
That streaming stick, right? They gotta get that stupid ass streaming box out.
I guess.
Because they have to go all in right now. Xbox has a problem with too many SKUs, and they only have two SKUs. They have two SKUs, and they have Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, which is like 4 SKUs, really.
Yeah, I really do just wish that they would do a Steam Deck, but for Game Pass, not even necessarily for it's it's not like it's cloud based, but you can use the cloud, but you can also just download the Game Pass stuff to this or the games that you already own digitally. There's no fanciness to it, and it's just strictly an Xbox. I think that would be fun, but I know that's
would
never
be
going
fun.
to happen.
It's never going to happen for Xbox because they've spread themselves too thin.
Yeah, and they like to just partner with who's ever willing to say, we're Logitech and we'll make something that nobody wants to buy. Has that sound good? Yeah.
Legitimately, again, we keep saying it, Xbox Game Pass on the Switch is legitimately would be the best proposition. You would get that'd be the tits right there. But wait for the Switch Pro to. Yeah,
it's just like cloud gaming is just kind of a lot of times it still feels awkward. I've recently gotten much better internet than I've ever had before. Yep. And even so, sometimes it's just like you're playing something on the cloud and it's just like it hiccups and you notice it so much more than like even a hiccup when you're like playing a game and it has like a frame rate drop or something. Like it's not that much different from that kind of thing. But it's just that you have far less control over that stuff. And
sure.
Sure. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's talk about the games that we've been playing this week because we have been playing, and I'm gonna lead off right now. I'll do my first one, then you can do your first, and then I think that we don't really have too many anyways. So
because basically the stuff me and Dally are playing are embargoed, so we can't actually talk.
So I'll do my two. Will be very quick then.
Okay. Mine will too. Trust me.
All right, that's good. We're gonna get you guys out of here and back to doing whatever you're doing. I finally completed Zelda. I am so freaking happy that I granted I didn't complete Breath of the Wild until summer of 2020 when I finally got back into it. So over 3 years after. But Tears of the Kingdom, I put my heart and soul in it. It took me 3 months to the day because Friday I laid down. I took an what do they call it? A bogey or mulligan on that day and just kind of late after I got done with office work.
Okay, mulligan. Bogey is the play. I know.
I play Mario Golf. I know what I'm talking about.
Apparently not.
I took a mulligan. Just after I got done with the office, I just laid on my freaking couch and I just Zelda'd. And I'm like, well, I actually wasn't that far from what I needed to accomplish. So played nonstop Friday evening, cleared. I'm not going to do too many spoilers, but I got all the sages and the last. Let me just say, I got the last sage that I was missing. I don't know how far you've got. Have you beaten it, JJ? Or
no.
Oh, okay, no. All right. So I got that, and then I got the Master Sword, and then I went after the big boy. I went after this dude right here that you're seeing, Ganondorf. And man, just a wonderful, wonderful. Because then the whole Zelda, you like finally get that Zelda. Again, I don't want to say reunion because I don't want to spoil anything. But you get the Zelda information. Let me just say, you get the closure on the Zelda stuff, on Princess Zelda, and it's so freaking good. And there are moments, there are scenes where I just kept hitting the screen capture button on the Switch because I'm like, oh fuck, this is amazing. Oh fuck, this is amazing. I'm gonna remember a lot of this stuff, and it really does feel like the Empire Strikes Back or the Mass Effect 2 of a trilogy. And I do fucking believe that they're hard at work on the next Zelda, and it's going to be the third part. It's going to be just like this, the third part of a trilogy, and I think that one will be, we can talk about theories later on, but I freaking love this. And I checked my timing and it was like 130 hours I had put in, and I thought that was a lot. I'm like, oh God, I've put so many hours, 120 hours into this thing. I'm like, I put a lot of hours in. And then I looked at like good old Ryan had like 250 hours. And like, oh, God damn, 250 hours. What the hell's going on? And then I saw people with over 550 hours on my friends list in this world. And I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? But at the same time, I know exactly what they're doing, which is just exploring. Even after you get all those freaking shrines or get the majority of the shrines or whatever, there's still so much to experience in the world that like there's little quests where you're like Captain Haas and his folks, they're raiding monster layers, and you can just go after these monster, like those guys right there. You can go after the monster layers and just keep going back and clearing out monster layers because the blood moon pulls them all back in. And I'm like, God, that is just, I can see myself doing that over and over and over again because I've mentioned it before. Storyline, great, everything's wonderful. I have this intense sense of duty to all these people that are living in Hyrule that I'm like, there's a dude out there with signposts and he knows that I've helped him enough. And I feel bad if I legit leave him hanging and don't finish off any of the last few signposts. I'm like, I've got to spend time now and help the signpost dude. There's like, you'll see what they did so well in this game is that you'll see just random people walking the streets, the paths in Hyrule, and they'll just kind of tell you a story about where they just were and some, they're hunting some mystical armor, and that's it. And then they walk past, or you'll see Beetle, and Beetle's like, "Hey, dude, let me tell you about ants." And it's like, God, man, they did such a good job in the life that's in this game that, yeah, it astounded me, and I keep wanting to go back. And keep like I've completed the game, but now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna just keep plowing through stuff. I've hardly touched the depths, and I've hardly done anything in the Sky Islands. I've just stuck to the main quest, and I keep thinking there's just so much more to explore. There's so much more to do. There are so many more puzzle shrines to take care of. I mean, the game is full of exploration and people and way more than the first one, and I just love it. I just love it. Like, I love it. I mean, there's just so much you can do in this game. You can, raise horses. And after I got like the horse god and the golden horse and all that stupid stuff, I'm like, I really like the horse aspect of this. Jeez, and it's just so good, so good. And I can't wait for more. They gotta announce DLC this year. I think they're going to because they've announced 2 more amiibo coming later this year. So they're definitely going to be dropping some DLC info. I'm guessing September when they have their likely next direct is usually around Tokyo Game Show time, and after Nintendo Live, right after you get done over there, JJ, they're going to be like, by the way, we have this direct, and they'll probably drop the info of like DLC for this and DLC for Splatoon 3 and all that sort of coming. So yeah, just so good. And there's so much shit that I want to keep building. It's fucking gorgeous. Love this game. So many. I never fucking did that. I never built a mech like that to take on these. I should have done that. So that's other stuff. The orbital laser. I want to do the orbital laser. There's just so much fucking shit to do in this game. It's like Minecraft levels of just go fuck around and find out. I love it. So yeah, finally completed the main portion of the game in like 100 hours of the side quests. And I want to play more, but I'm going to put it aside because I'm going to finally catch up on other games, one of which you're playing, which we'll talk in a second. But I did want to bring up another game I've been playing.
Ten Centuries.
Dude, I put so many hours in the 10 Centuries. That might be the game I put in more hours than Zelda just in the last 2 months. No, the game that has everybody talking, or actually nobody talking because you're sleeping, is Pokemon Sleep. I figured I'm gonna give this Pokemon Sleep a try. Maybe I'm glad that Taylor and Zach aren't on here because they would walk off. But this is boring as all hell. And I had forgotten I bought that stupid little Poka thingy, whatever that is, the Pokemon Go Plus, which is the plus. Oh, yeah. I forgot I bought that. It's actually kind of cute as a little device. You got a little Pikachu. I did have to turn the freaking sounds off because he sings a lullaby. Pikachu sings a lullaby to put you to sleep. When you tap the button and to wake you up, he'll kind of start talking to you and
because I have the Pokemon Go Plus, the one that's the Pokeball.
Okay.
Can you put another Pokemon in it? Like the other?
Yeah, you can use it as an actual Pokemon Go Plus. Yeah.
Okay, because I got a Gengar in that, so it's always fun to just turn that on. And
I think right now it's just Pikachu in this, but I wouldn't be surprised if this starts to somehow take off later that they allow you to bring in different Pokemon to do stuff in that to wake you up in different ways and all that fun stuff. But really, the loop of this is you put this thing supposedly next to your bed. Now you can use your phone. I wish you could use your phone or this thing when depending on what's near you, but you can't. If you've registered this Go Plus Plus thingy, that's all you can use to do the sleep stuff, unless you deregister. Which is kind of stupid because I don't want to keep deregistering then re-registering this device. Yeah. So I keep it next to my bed. And then when you're ready, you're supposed to put it next to you, but I toss and turn so this thing will go flying off my freaking bed. So I usually just put it under my pillow.
I think that's sort of what a lot of these devices that are similar to it kind of expect you to do it that way.
Not this. They tell you they want you to put this thing next to your head.
It's very funny because they definitely don't expect anybody to be actively using this to be married.
Right. Right. So exactly. Yeah. You cannot be married to this. I don't think my wife even knows that I've been using this thing, but whatever. So you tap it, it'll go through a little light show to let you know it's going. And then you put it under your pillow, or I put it on my pillow, and you go to sleep. And then you wake up, you tap it to stop the timer. It's really just a timer portion. And then you sync it. It will sync up with your app. And with that, you will have, it'll tell you how much you slept, and if you had what it considers to be good sleep, then several Pokemon might pop up. Depending on what island or what biome you're in, you can switch biomes at certain points. So let's say you'll get a Gengar, you'll get a Eevee, you'll get a different type of Pikachu, like whatever. So you'll get those, and apparently they're shinies too. So somebody told me they found a shiny, but you can give them biscuits, which are like little Pokeball shaped biscuits, and they'll eat them. And then if you get depending on how many ticks they have on their biscuit thing, you can get, you could befriend them then they join your team. And then really all it is after a Pokemon joins your team, you can set up teams of 5 Pokemon. And after you befriend them, after you kind of go through that process, you can kind of farm berries and stuff from them. You tap them and they'll spit out berries that they found, and then you use all those berries and ingredients to make Snorlax a breakfast, a lunch, or a dinner. And it's actually dinner time for me right now for Snorlax. I'm gonna pause this video and I'm going to show you guys exactly what's happening. So let me go
make yourself
full
nice
size.
And big here.
I hear that a lot. Well, how the hell do I do this? I'm tapping the button. There we go. All right. Of course, it's going to be blurry as all hell. Let me shut off the blurriness on this thing. Broadcast. Camera blur. Background blur is off. Okay, got it. So, Pokemon Sleep. Tap the suckers. Pokemon Sleep is loading up. Look at that. And I'm going to tap. There you go. Sucker loads up. And now I'm going to feed my little Pokemon whenever this sucker. So there he is. All right. So each Pokemon has different abilities that can randomly activate. You can either get more ingredients or more EXP or whatever. But so you kind of try to hone your team as to what you want it to be. Okay, God, forget. Jeez. And then goes through this little process.
It's very funny because you clearly still have the eye tracking thing on because you keep staring at the screen.
I do have that eye tracking thing.
So it looks like you're just using your phone without looking at it.
So there it is. But so you tap on Pokemon. Oh, he's used a special ability, which is his main skill, gives you more types of one fruit or whatever. So you grab a bunch of those, and it goes into your pile. And you do that. You just kind of tap on your little party, and they have their ingredients. I should probably do it this way. It might be easier. He's growing again. So he continues to grow with experience. So he's a basic bitch. All right. He's basic 4. Love this dude. All right, Snorlax. I've earned some rewards, and that's basically it. And then you get far enough, and it's come on. I'm trying to do this.
Wait, does the Snorlax get physically bigger?
Yes, the Snorlax gets physically bigger. So I tap on him, and I'm making him a meal based on. I'm gonna auto cook a meal based on the ingredients that I've collected. So he goes there, and that's it. He makes a meal, and
so it's Nobi Boy.
yeah, it kind of is Nobi Boy. Yeah. I'm actually staring at the camera now. It looks like I'm not. My eyes are actually directly at the camera, so it's not like I'm looking at anything else. So yeah, you go through this stupid little thing again. It is just boring as all hell. I'm putting you to sleep, which I think is the whole purpose of this, and that's it. And then your whole goal is to just collect Pokemans and grow the Snorlax. And like I said, every so often he will. Okay, finish. God, it's just steps of shit. He will. Yeah, there he goes. He's bigger. He's eating his meal. You can see a little EXP bar up top, and I mean, that's it. It just tracks your sleep. That's all it is. Yeah. And my sleep has been shit because I will say some days it will track the full, 5 hours that I've slept, 6 hours. And some days it'll only track like 2 hours of it because I inadvertently bumped my pillow on one side. And then there's those dumbass moments. I'm the kind of person who falls asleep on the couch and doesn't have that stupid thing next to me. And what do you do then, Nintendo? What do you do then, Pokemon Company, where I've lost, like, I wake up on the couch at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I go upstairs and I'm like, I'm only getting 2 hours of sleep, but I'm really sleeping for like 6 hours.
Well, you're not getting a healthy sleep on it.
No, I'm definitely not getting healthy, but I'm missing out on 4 hours worth of. So what do I have to do? I have to fake it. I have to hit that button again and start it up, and a couple of hours later, and let it run for 4 hours, and fake it till you make it. Anyways, Pokemon Sleep. It is the worst of the 3 Niantic style games between Pikmin and Pokemon Go.
That's saying a lot because that Pikmin game sucks.
That Pikmin game is just a pedometer. Is all it is just you're walking. And so this is, I mean, you really have to like Pokemon to get this. And again, it's that little thing is cute, but I don't know what you're going to use it for outside of Pokemon Go because it just kind of does a weird sleep tracking thing here. I know what you've been playing. And I'm going to present right now because I was putting myself to sleep talking about that. There we go.
Yeah, Disney Illusion Island. So anyone, this may come as a surprise to some people, but I am a massive Disney fanatic.
What?
So when you tell me that there's a new Mickey Mouse game coming out, I'm like, yeah, baby, let's go. I guess this is a spiritual successor to those like Castle of Illusion games.
Yeah.
Sort of, not really, but kind of at the same time. It is a co-op Metroidvania. I mean, there's really the only way.
Cool, yeah. The right way to explain it.
It's hand drawn. It's based on the most recent Mickey Mouse cartoons, like characters.
Rest in peace.
It had a good run. Like,
great 10-year run.
I think it lasted longer than like the standard original Mickey Mouse cartoons in its own way. It has a sort of nonsensical plot, which most of these do. It really is like all 4 of you have been invited to a picnic. You go to the picnic. Turns out the picnic was a sham by those cute little creatures.
What a sham.
To get you to help them save their village. That it's kind of like a book themed everything. And it's 100% a Metroidvania where there's a lot of backtracking and, sequential unlocking of new areas and things. I will say one thing that super, super bums me out about this game is that it's not particularly Disney-ish. Like, if it weren't for the characters, you would have a hard time sort of like, you could have put Rayman in this and it probably would have been the exact same game because it doesn't have like Disney music. It doesn't have Disney iconography other than the characters. It really just feels like
it has rabbits, as those guys are basically.
Yeah, it just really feels like they added the characters. But
so you can't die in this game.
No. It's not difficult by any stretch of the imagination. But it does get tricky. I mean, it's got some good platforming going on and some, figuring out certain puzzles, and like the boss fights are entertaining. But like at the end of the day, I was just never like gripped by it. My favorite part of the game is at a certain point you unlock a camera, and you can find hidden Mickeys hidden throughout the stages. Okay. So anyone who doesn't know, at the Disney theme parks, virtually every attraction has Mickey ears hidden in it, which is, a big circle with two small circles, and they're hidden everywhere. And they do that in this game. Like at first you see them and you're just like, oh, that's cute. They just got little hidden Mickeys hidden everywhere. And then that becomes like a collectible thing. Like you find them and you've got to take a selfie with them. And so I think there's a sequence in here in this trailer where they show it. I mean, overall the game plays really, really well. Yeah. Every character, all of their moves are themed to them in some way. Like
the way they animate them,
no, and even like Goofy's double jump involves him, like getting on there is with with his fork and sausages, and Mickey has there's his propellers and all. There's the selfie.
There's selfie.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's that great. It's fun. It's an easy little platformer, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I want more platformers like this, where it's like, I love these hand-drawn platformers like this, and Rayman, Cuphead, Ori. Like,
this is what I wanted Mario to look like. Mario Wonder. I want a hand-drawn Mario game.
I would love them to figure out a way to do like Paper Mario, but because like Super Paper Mario, but actually like just a platforming game.
Yep. I mean, I picked this game up as well. And because we love the TV series, the TV show, we've been watching it nonstop at our house. And so I thought, I'm going to give this a shot. And I haven't started playing it. I've loaded it up into the Switch, and I'm actually going to probably play this game next because it's only like a 6-hour game.
Yeah, it's
which is perfect. That's perfect.
I do like if I grab your daughter. I think
that's the plan. Yeah,
this is a very good co-op game, and it
and it's got good little animations in there. Yeah. But I was looking forward to this game, but I wasn't like excited for this. But I mean, I did like the Castle of Illusion stuff, and I understand what they're doing with this, which was not necessarily trying to be a Castle of Illusion game, but just sort of take some of the whimsy and the mysticism that was in those games.
Yeah, I just wish it was a Castle of Illusion.
You just wish it was. You can't use the word illusion and not expect us to.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're intentionally trying to invoke that, and it just didn't. Like, if you recall, Epic Mickey 2 on the 3DS was
a Castle Illusion game,
but it didn't include. I think it had an illusion in the title. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But like that game was really good, and they did that remake on like the PS3 and the 360 and PC of Castle of Illusion too, which was decent. I don't know. I kind of wish it was more Disney, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, like, I wish there was more Disney aesthetic going on. Like, maybe make it look like a theme park or something, or make it look like it's set in the town that they spent, Toontown, in the show or whatever, but like this universe just feels so removed from Mickey and his friends that they like Mickey and the gang kind of feel out of place in this game in a lot of ways, because like even and the enemy design isn't that great either. I'll give them that. Like, it's just all the same generic like stuff. But like I like it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fun little platforming game. You could do a lot worse. And...
Yeah. I think it's just nice to have. It feels like a summer platformer.
It does.
It kind of reminds me, just from looking at this stuff, of playing a pass the controller co-op from the old days of the old NES, Super NES games. Like, if you could still rent games,
I was about to say
renting this game.
This is 100% a Blockbuster game.
Yeah.
And not in the big budget Hollywood style. I mean the rental store Blockbuster.
Yeah, a perfect weekend rental store game that you would play with friends. And at the same time, I could see myself.
It's Friday.
Replay. There you go.
I've asked my parents if I could rent one game, and they say yes, and this is what I pick.
And it's always that safe game where even if you still want to rent a game, you go to the store and there's nothing else, nothing really new that you're interested in, but this is sitting there. You'll probably rent it again because you just kind of want to see how to get through it again.
Yeah, I'll absolutely okay. Oh well, the new game is rented out already, so I guess I'll rent Road Rash again.
It's exactly what it was. Yep, I'm gonna rent Crystalis again before I'm buying it. Sure, fine. I'll rent Final Fantasy 2. You know what? That's one thing that we've sort of lost with gaming is what renting games actually did. Like, because you didn't own games, you would go to the store. You'd often play whatever was available. Like, I played Narc for the NES because there was nothing else available, and I like Narc.
My parents said it was okay for me to rent a game, and just because they don't have what I'm looking for doesn't mean I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna find a game.
Right?
I'm going to find something, come hell or high water. I don't know
what was that. What was that game? The drawing. On the NES where you had to have like there was a TV show first and they turned it into a stupid
it was a rare game. Concentration.
Yeah, I remember it. Like I'm like, I guess we could just run Concentration again, and you're playing so
maybe
I missed that.
I
missed that feel.
Maybe Comics Zone will be good this time. I don't know.
Right. Maybe Comics Zone will be good this time. I guess I'll play Golden Axe 2 again.
And you always had to like play somebody else's save.
Yes.
Dude. Your save was never there the next
Your save was never there, and then you didn't want to delete their save in case they came back to it,
Or what if I mean they're a little before I got to, so I guess I could just play it from
Yep. Yeah, those were the days, man. The memories of renting games is just no one will ever know.
Yeah. It was
you kind of played with whatever you played, whatever was available.
3 days for a new release, 5 days for an oldie.
Yeah. I guess the closest we have is maybe like Steam Next Fest right now, where you have like timed demos.
Yeah.
But
I was okay. So small side tangent, but I booted up my PlayStation 3 this weekend.
Okay.
And I was
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I was kind of futzing around, and I went to the store to look through my library, my PS3 library and stuff. If you still have access to a PS3, boot that thing up and go through your library.
Oh, it's been a while.
You'll kind of be flabbergasted about how you used to consume games. I bet.
Okay.
And I was just going through there, and I forgot just that really was the era of demos, because every game because there were so many games that were like the demo, and then directly after it was the unlock key that turned the demo into the full game. So you download the full game as the demo.
Yeah.
And then if you liked it, you would just hit buy and it would just give you the unlock key.
Yep.
So and if you bought the full game and it had a demo, you just got both in the same purchase. You got the demo, and it was the goofiest way of handling that on the PS3. And it's just filled with all of this, all of that stuff, and like the unlock keys and the online passes that you had to unlock and shit. Yeah. It's just like I was flabbergasted. I almost forgot just what that era of gaming was like, because like it was exactly the same on the 360. It just they kind of handled it a little more smoothly. Because like you look at like, because like every Xbox Live Arcade game had a demo. So if you go through your old like library on the 360, it's just always just jam packed with Xbox Live Arcade demos because
I freaking that's what I loved about the 360 was those demos. Like back in the day, demos were sort of a rarity for a while because when a demo came out, everybody downloaded the demo. Like everyone would download the demo right away, and then if games didn't have demos, like I remember people starting change.org petitions to have or writing articles as why doesn't this game have why doesn't Halo 3 have a demo?
Like,
why doesn't it's like
like people were starting to go into that angle of like when a movie doesn't release it to critics before release. Because like if you're not going to put a demo out, then like what are you hiding? And
what are you hiding?
Yeah, because like especially right now, there's a lot of games that definitely seem to be hiding some of their scars.
Well, again, there was a time when they first really started with demos, in the 360 and PS3 era, and then
I beg to differ because I have a bin filled with probably 250 PlayStation 1 demos.
No, I meant like downloadable demos and betas and stuff like those. There was the time period when those were just kind of kicking up on that generation, right? It's like you're finally starting to get these downloadable demos. Yeah. People are loving them, and then I think there was a mandate or something that every game had to have a demo. I don't know if it was on Xbox.
Xbox definitely made it so every Xbox Live Arcade game had to have a demo.
And then every game you could download had a demo. And so that led to the era of the like late 360, early Xbox One, where everything had a demo. Like every freaking game had a demo that came out. So you would look forward, okay, I'm going to try this game out. By the end of the Xbox One era, PS4 era, demos kind of died off. And even now there aren't a ton of demos, partly because demos do take a lot of resources to put together. And that's why a lot of demos these days really are just like the first like hour or two of a game, because you cannot afford to make
you can't afford to make
exactly. So you can't make you can't make a whole separate thing. There's so many resources that go into it, and especially in a post I call it post 2020 because COVID is still going, but the post 2020 world where your resources, you don't have demos at live shows anymore. You're not going to show anybody a show specific, an expo specific demo. It's like, no, this is literally a section of the game, and we just have a blocker at the beginning part and a blocker at the end of this section, and it's like play. We're not doing anything new for you. Just play it, and then we'll kick you off when we have to kick you off. You can throw a timer in there.
It's funny because like the game that I'm playing right now for review, like I was under the impression that the demo that I played was just an atmosphere demo at PAX.
It's Starfield. No,
and to go through it and then all of a sudden get to the demo part in the game, I was like, that was actually just like an hour into this game. Okay,
sure.
Okay, I get you now. But,
I do appreciate when games these days are like, here's like the opening portion of the game, the opening chapter of the game and everything. Like Square does that a lot with the stuff on the Switch, especially.
Well,
here's opening portion, all that carries over. All right, cool.
Yeah, and like Final Fantasy 16 had the demo and everything.
Yep.
But I forget what I've completely lost track of what I was going to say about demos, but
Castle of Illusion.
Castle of Illusion, baby.
The old days of renting games and demos are now games.
Yeah, but I mean, like Xbox, not Xbox, PlayStation has a lot of those trials that you get with PlayStation Plus, and EA, God bless them, like with their EA, whatever they call it, EA Play, I think it is.
EA Play or whatever that is,
you literally get like hours of gameplay. Like the new Madden comes out tomorrow. Friday?
Is it really or something? Really?
It's this week. It's this week, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And like through free play days on Xbox. Yeah, they do that. But EA, like you'll be able to download the new Madden and play it for like 2 or 3 hours,
Mhm.
and that is all I need every year for Madden.
Yeah,
I
for a lot of folks, that's exactly enough. Yeah,
yeah. I'm like, it's like
you're like, I'm gonna play as my favorite team,
yeah,
and I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna take a couple of runs at the Super Bowl as the Seahawks, and then like I'm out. Like I'm never gonna make it, and then I'm good, and then I'm good till next year where they give me a few hours again. And like,
there you go.
Yeah.
Appreciated. Well, I'm gonna give everybody who's been watching a few hours back. We've been chatting for an hour and 5 minutes or so, which is good. Surprisingly, had a meaty episode of fun. I like that. A meaty episode of fun.
A meaty episode with beef.
There you go. A meaty episode with beef. That's the name of the episode. Meaty ep with beef. Good stuff. A beefy episode, as our friend from the Discord likes to tell us, which is where you can find us in the SideQuesting Discord. It's funny, we got game codes. I still have to give them out, so I think I'll just dump them in the Discord to a few folks. We had someone gave us codes for a game back in like end of May, right before I went to the Summer Game Fest stuff, and so they've been sitting in my email, so I should probably hand those out for an indie game that's out on Steam. So we got that.
Yeah, I'm just what 2.5 weeks away from PAX now.
That's right, which means I got to get that.
Gotta get me my
get the award set up. Set up over to you. So PAX West is just a couple. Wow, it really is, and there really aren't a lot of parties. Speaking of things to do, the party list, go check it out. But usually it's like right around this time we start getting a few events here and there. But I think Nintendo Live is actually sucking up a lot of folks' time this year.
I was actually surprised
you were not able to get into the concerts.
Yeah,
that's a bummer, dude.
Nobody in the Discord was able to. Man, it was
in that whole that whole section. Everyone in the PAX West area is like, did not get it.
Yeah, well, they only do the concerts on like one day. I think
that's really weird. Hope they stream them at least, but
and like even if who knows? But like I was surprised to see that the Nintendo thing is at the old PAX West Convention Center.
Okay.
So like PAX proper is at the new convention center, which is like a block and a half away.
Okay, all right.
But
is Nintendo at the new PAX center too?
They have a booth at the new PAX as well.
So they have their whole Nintendo Live thing, and then they have a booth. That's wild.
And so does Pokemon. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the trading card game again.
Get those trading cards because those things go for a lot on eBay. Trust me, that can fund your freaking your show there, your experience. Have a good time out there. Well, I'm sure we'll talk more next week and the week after that. But you can find us in the Discord. Find us at sidequesting.com. Find us at Twitch and YouTube. And any other social network at SideQuesting TV. Find us individually at Dolly Demovsky. I'm right here. He's at _double_J some places. But find us in the Discord.
I forget what I am on Blue Sky. It's some form of the double J.
You can find us on Blue Sky. I think I'm actually gonna finally set up the SideQuesting account on Blue Sky. Because now everybody gets invites. Like you get them once every 2 weeks. I got another one now. So there we go.
Yeah.
So I think it might be once a week now. So good times. With that said, we'll see you on the next episode of the Side Quest.